As my Raspberry Pi 3 is laying around quite a while, I am thinking to make something with it. So I have crawled through the internet and have found this fantastic OS that not only makes my Raspberry Pi 3 as a music streaming device but also a Bluetooth audio receiver. Great! The only requirement is to have a music system, which I have, but probably it's broken. So today in this video, I try to fix this old sound system, test the OS, and finally by modifying the music system, I will try to combine them to build a music streaming box that possesses quite a lot of features. Let's get started. Let's start with the OS. I am using Balena OS for this job. There are also plenty of alternatives. You can use the most popular one, Volumio, which is one of my other favorite OS for music streaming, but the problem is Volumio currently doesn't support Bluetooth. Spotify Connect works fine. Also, you can use flash drives with your Raspberry Pi to play music from it. On the other hand, Balena OS does support Bluetooth, AirPlay, Spotify Connect, and can able to play music on multiple speakers at a time. But Balena Sound doesn't support to play music from the flash drives or from the SD card like Volumio. So both have their own advantages and disadvantages. Anyway, to download the Balena Sound, I have visited this website and created a free account with Google. Then I have filled up all the necessary information and click on continue. Here I have selected the device type, which is Raspberry Pi 3 in my case, and toggle this advanced switch, which reveals quite a few more settings which are not necessary now to tweak either. So I have clicked on create and deploy. After a couple of seconds, I have landed on this page. Here I have to just click on add device. After a while, here are a couple of more options to choose from. First, we need to choose the version. I went for the latest one, so I left it as it is. On the network section, it is better to choose Wi-Fi and Ethernet. Here, you have to put your router's SSID and password. After putting mine, I have clicked on download Balena OS. After getting the main file, I have unzipped it and got this image file. Then I have used Balena HR to flash this image file into the SD card. When it was done, I have inserted the SD card into the Raspberry Pi and powered it up with my bench power supply so that I can monitor current requirement of the Pi. It could come very handy later. Next, I have inserted my headphone into the 3.5mm jack of the Raspberry Pi, turned on Bluetooth on my phone and paired it with the Raspberry Pi. Now let's play some music. As you can listen, it isn't working correctly. The music stops after a couple of seconds. To resume it, I have to pause the playback, wait for a couple of minutes, then play it on again. After a couple of seconds of running, this cycle continues. During finding the solution, I have landed on the support page of the Balena OS. Here they mention this is the common problem with the Raspberry Pi 3 because in Raspberry Pi 3 there is a single chip that manages the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. If you try to use especially the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi interferes with the Bluetooth signal and the system gets breakdown. The solution is to use a Bluetooth adapter like this one with Raspberry Pi as they mention. So I have just done like that, restarted the Pi and voila! Bluetooth is working perfectly fine, as you can hear. By the way, you can access the interface of the Balena OS from your browser. By typing the local IP of the Raspberry Pi, you land on this page. Here's nothing much to say, just it has the device volume, DAC device tree overlay, and device management, which includes quite useful things. But things gonna completely change when you access your Raspberry Pi from the Balena cloud. There are lots of options to explore. The most important one is logs. If anything happens wrong, you can get some error codes here, and by googling it, You may find the solution from the official forum of Balena. Also, you can stop or resume services from here, and I would recommend you, if you don't use any one of them, then stop it to reduce the load of the Pi. It is also possible to change device configuration from here, which I think should be untouched if you don't have any idea what they do. I am not getting deeper with this web interface too much because we don't need to deal with them much. So the operating system is ready. Now we definitely need speakers, and for that I got myself this old sound system. The music system which I have is not so pretty to look at, but its sound quality was amazing. Now its speakers are broken, speaker connectors are broken, and volume, bass and treble control knobs are not quite well in condition. RCA sockets for the speakers and audio inputs are damaged and maybe more. By the way, for the audio input, I have used this 3.5mm jack, not these RCA jacks. Basically, years ago, I have modified this for my convenience. Anyway, to make this sound system back to life, I have to repair all the damaged parts one by one. I have started from the broken speakers. First, I have cleaned the dust from the mess, and by using 2-component adhesive, I have fixed the broken part. To clean the second speaker, I have tried to remove this mess, which is no doubt detachable, but because of the edge of the system, the whole front assembly comes out. To fix this, I have removed the front mesh from the assembly, cleaned it, and by using adhesive, I have placed this part on its location, then this mesh. Now I should have checked the speakers are working or not. So I have used my multimeter and checked their impedance. It's not 0 or close to 0, so they are just fine. Okay, moving on. We have to change the broken speaker connector. So I have cut the old connector, expose the wire, take a new jack, open its back cover, pass the wires through it, and finally I have attached the wires with the jack. Please remember the orientation of the wires, which I have checked when I have removed the broken jack from the speakers. After doing the connections, I have double checked the impedance with my multimeter. Now everything is fine. I have also replaced the connector of another speaker to reduce the chance of disconnection or noise. So the speakers are ready. Let's open the main unit and the woofer system, which can be disassembled from the back. It has quite a few screws which can be removed pretty easily, and please don't lose them. First of all, I have to replace this RCA socket. This is responsible to take audio in and out. Although years ago I have changed the input from this RCA socket to this 3.5mm one, which is definitely long lasting after all. Anyway, now disconnect the connector, desolder the old socket and replace it with the same replacement. By the way, I have put my soldering iron at 350 degrees Celsius during the desoldering process. Now put the connector back in and test the sound system to see what I have to fix next. After applying power, the sound system turns on, which I haven't expected, and the surprising part is, after connecting my smartphone with the sound system, it actually plays music. Great, but there is a problem still exists. When I turn the volume, bass and treble knobs, there is a kind of bad and irritating noise is coming out, which I have to fix. So for the further tear down, I have disconnected the speakers, and on the inside of the box, I have removed the bass speaker so that these wires can move freely. Then I have opened the front panel, which was already broken. Then I have removed the knobs, unscrewed these screws to remove the PCB, and finally desoldered the potentiometers, which are basically the culprit of this noise problem. By the way, I have put my soldering iron at 450 degrees Celsius to make the desoldering process bit easier. And of course the desoldering pump is also with me to do the job done. Afterward, I have gathered the replacement parts, soldered them back in, put the circuit board back in place, and have tightened all the screws. Next, I have temporarily fit the front panel back in, set the knobs, and tried to fit the bass speaker where it belongs to. Frankly speaking though, it was a very hard task to perform in such a small space, but I have managed to do that and it looks like this. Now it's time to set this socket contraption and tighten the screw. So everything is ready. To test the performance of this sound system, I have set this lead back in place and only tightened these two screws. Let's connect all the speakers back, connect the sound system with the music source and see if there is any noise exists or not. First of all, music is playing fine. As expected, no distortion. The important thing is that the noise is gone, as you can hear. So I have turned off the music system, disconnect the speaker wires and the input source. Then I have taken out the front panel once again to set it permanently. For that, I have cleaned this glue with my screwdriver and 10 mm drill bit. Next, I have filled those holes with a lot of hot glue, quickly put the front panel back in, hold it for a couple of minutes to cool down the glue. Now the sound system is ready. Let's prepare the Raspberry Pi to set it on the body of the speaker. So I have 3D printed this case for the Pi, which I have got from Thingiverse. Anyway, after setting up the Raspberry Pi with the base of the case using bolts, we are almost good to go. Let's set this enclosure with the sound system. So I have placed the case on it, marked its position, checked its alignment with my square ruler, drilled 2 holes diagonally for the screws, and finally I have used 2 screws to set the Raspberry Pi and its enclosure in place. To power the Raspberry Pi from the music system, I have used this old micro USB cable and have drilled a hole with 8 mm bit to pass the wire through it. Next, I have removed this back and used a buck converter module at the end of the USB power wires. Please don't forget to set 5 volt on output. As an input, I have used the rectified 19 volt of the transformer. But this configuration is terrible. You can hear the noise after completion. This is happening due to common ground, I think, as you can listen the result with the different power source. So the best solution is to use a 5 volt 2 ampere adapter, which is a bit of overkill because with the Balena OS, Raspberry Pi 3 never needs more than 1 amp of current. To set it, first I need to remove the buck converter, desolder the wires and use some electric tape to get unexposed the DC 19 volt rail. Next, I have soldered a USB Type A plug with the exposed micro USB cable's power lines and have used this special contraption which I have made on my previous video to power the 5 volt adapter. This adapter should be connected with the AC mains like this. Now all we have to do is to set the USB Type A plug, put some double-sided tape to stick it inside the box, carefully close the lid and screw it together. After connecting the Raspberry Pi with the speaker and this Bluetooth adapter to the Pi, the modified sound system is now ready to use. I can use it to connect with AirPlay, use it as a Bluetooth speaker, or can be used with Spotify Connect. So hope you guys have enjoyed this little experiment. And please don't ask me why do you even make it. Everyone's purpose can be different. I have made it for Spotify Connect and use it as a Bluetooth speaker, and even because Raspberry Pi is here, I can switch to the other operating systems like Volumio to store my full music library on this sound system. And with the Volumio app, I can even control which music I want to hear. Lots of possibilities. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If so, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe and activate the notification bell for future updates. Thank you so much.